I am not gay.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Has she gone or is she here? Kathleen Kennedy's employment status is queer. Hi everyone, welcome to another Geek Out. I've geeked out with the Oscars.
Sorry. Excited, man. Before we begin, I need to apologize to the great Silverback Az for something that happened about an hour ago you probably aren't aware of. On the Geeks and Gamers daily stream, there were many super chats that came in saying, I'm excited to see Jay and Az's stream. The person reading the super chats interpreted that I'm excited to see Jay and Arizona stream together to talk about Transformers.
So that's why people are saying, who's this Arizona guy?
Yeah. So on behalf of me and Jeremy, we'd like to apologize for the person that I won't even name, who...
Are they retarded?
Sometimes we're not bringing our best.
No. I was actually going to introduce you a couple of ways. It was either going to be, ladies and gentlemen, here is Gina Carano's personal valet.
Bag holder, man. Come on.
Or I was going to say, actually, not the most retarded member of Geeks and Gamers.
I didn't read the super chat that way. I was not
Both of those
on.
are true. Both of those are true. So, which is
shout out Gina.
That's a compliment.
She tweeted Disney tried to get the case thrown out again through another court. It's a little sneaky that they did, and they lost again. So she tweeted out. Yeah, moving forward. Pretty good.
Yeah, maybe she can transform her sacking into a payday.
That'd be nice. I think that's the next step. Has got to be settlement.
Do they want to settle? Who's funding it? If Elon's funding this, is Elon doing it because he wants Discovery?
100%.
That's what I would think.
They want to go through those files, man.
They want to see them emails. That's what we want to see. We want to see
emails and files.
Emails.
It's gonna be interesting.
So I've geeked out with the Oscars. I've geeked out with Robert Meyerburner, and now it's time to geek out with the second most retarded member of Geeks and Gamers. But there is a gap. There is a long gap between there and there. Jay, aka Drunk 3PO. How you doing?
Man, I'm excited. I don't know how this happened. I just know, like, on all my live streams, I've been talking about the new Transformers comic run, and everyone's like, Az is loving them. And I see you tweeting it out, and I'm like, I'm super happy that you love that comic run. I thought I was like the only one. Comics have been pretty bad for a long time. So the fact that they bring out something that I'm like, I'm not buying it, I'm not interested, because I know what they're gonna do. They're gonna try to reel me in, dangle some stuff in my face, and then they're gonna slap me. But so far, it's been pretty awesome.
Yeah,
it's been pretty. Starscream is my favorite Transformer of all time, and I think they got him down really, really well, in my opinion, in this series. So it's like squishing humans with his hands. He's a terrible leader, which we all knew he would be.
Yeah. That's on par for Starscream. Yeah.
I don't want to like over spoilers, but yeah. Him and
No, I mean,
Soundwave.
I've already said that this comic is murking. It's just
Yeah.
murking Transformers from issue 1 to issue 12. It's like every week's just like, holy shit.
I know.
Are we going to get through one episode without somebody dying?
It's a 24 issue run, I believe, and then I think they're gonna merge the GI Joe of them together. But we already had a sneak peek, man.
Well,
Starscream got
G.I.
blasted.
Joe's comic is coming out in November.
Yeah,
But the Energon universe also incorporates G.I. Joe and the Transformers.
it's gonna be. If they stay on this run, it's gonna be awesome. I think we already saw Duke. Duke came in,
Yeah.
shot Starscream in the face, and just like it was awesome, man. It was awesome. Like Soundwave, everything. I mean, if we want to jump in the comic a little bit, like the Ultra Magnus. Ultra Magnus was another one of my guys, and like the fact that he's dealing with issues, look at that beauty, man. I love it.
Ah, boy. This is the X-Transbots version.
I love it.
Fans Toys version incoming as well, but yeah, Ultra Magnus, one of the best looking Transformers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just like that is just perfect. Perfect 80s Transformer chunk.
I was telling Az before, like in our DMs, sadly, as I begin to get my collection back, my G1s suffered the classic case of mom found them in a box when I was off in college. Along with the only thing I was able to salvage, along with my GI Joes and everything else, but the only thing which is not Transformers related, was my old like original Voltron. So that I've got to take it somewhere because it's like stuck together. I don't know, like I don't want to mess with it, but somehow they got to clean it. And like I tried one time to take the arms off. I was like, nah, it's gonna crack. So either it's just gonna stay like this forever, or I could take it to some toy place and they can fix it up a bit. I'm not sure. So, but eventually that's what I'm going to be looking for, a company to send it out and see what they could do.
So, okay, then let's ask a question then. What was what got you into Transformers? What was it that got you in? When and what?
So after school, everybody would run home, and the two big shows that they were advertising was GI Joe and Transformers, and they ran back to back. So as soon as you got home from school around 3:00, GI Joe hit. At least in my town, it was GI Joe first, and then Transformers second. Now sometimes I had to stay after school because other things, so I missed a lot of the GI Joe shows, but I'd always catch the Transformers. And it was the thing. Like you went back to school, everybody talked about it. Then everybody talked. Then the toys started coming out, and I think the first toy that I knew that everybody got was the red Bumblebee. It wasn't even the yellow one, because Bumblebee came in yellow and red. And
there was Cliff Jumper and Bumblebee. They were pretty much the same.
They were the same, but they packaged Bumblebee in the yellow package with the red Bumblebee in it, and it was kind of an error type thing.
Yeah,
they did the same thing with Cliff Jumper. So they had the red Cliff Jumper, but they also had red Cliff Jumper on the package with a yellow Cliff Jumper in there. So everybody had that. Was the cheaper option, but I think the coolest thing ever was like the fact that we were able to get Megatron a gun and bring it to school. Like they don't sell them, like they are not allowed in the States to sell that toy like that anymore. If it's a toy gun, it's got to have an orange, I believe it's an orange or red cap, things like that. But the fact that you could bring this gun and bring it to your schools, things like that was awesome, man. Like that was awesome.
That's why Megatron was converted into a tank, because they were no longer allowed, due to the new toy laws. They were no longer allowed to manufacture a gun.
Right.
So they had to redesign Megatron, and so they redesigned him as a tank. I think Megatron works well as a tank. I think that would have been a fine
I think it too, but as
opening
a
form. But
as a kid, you
oh,
get
as a kid, yeah,
you get a gun and
not
a
just
robot.
a gun. You've got the whatever the stock on it. You've got the silencer on it at the end as well. So you could. It's not just a gun. It's a pimped up gun.
Yeah, yeah. Especially when it's you're little and it reaches. It's like you're ready to go, man. I brought that thing everywhere. So it just was really popular in my friends. You know, we would all watch it, then we'd all see who bought who was able to get the latest Transformer, and then we would all complain about certain things that they did, such as in the cartoon, Soundwave used Laserbeak all the time, right?
Yeah.
Laserbeak and Rumble. But when you bought Soundwave, it came with what was the other Blitz, the other bird. It wasn't Laserbeak.
Razor thingamajiggy.
Razorbeak, yeah.
Razorbeak, yeah.
So it came with that. So we're all like, we want Laserbeak, man. We want Laserbeak. So like those are the kind of things that they kind of goofed up.
Yeah, someone if had 4 go-to start with, Frenzy, Rumble, Ravage, and Laserbeak. And it was Buzzsaw. That was it, Buzzsaw.
Oh, Buzzsaw, yeah. And you know what else they did? They mistake that was interesting was that Rumble and
the color,
yeah. The color Rumble and Frenzy, right? Like their colors were backwards in the toy, but not in the cartoon.
Because when I was a kid, you're kind of watching the cartoon, but you're not kind of computing because you're playing with the toys a lot.
Yeah.
So the toy Rumble was brown and Frenzy was blue, and so that's how it was always in my head, And then when you're watching the cartoon, of course, it's Rumble that's blue, and Frenzy that's the brownie red, burnt sienna, whatever you want to call it. So that took a lot of reprogramming in my head when I was cognizant enough to realize the difference there.
I mean, I guess they thought it's just kids. They'll play with the toy anyway. They'll get what they deserve. But interesting fact, though, that a lot of people don't know, maybe they do know, but GoBots was actually released first.
Yeah.
And that was the alternative. That was the cheaper Transformers. So, because I remember Grandma always got me GoBots, like, how could you be upset with that, though? But they had like the submarine and they also had the jet. They had the cartoon as well. But that cartoon for me didn't come on till Saturday. That was a Saturday morning special. That wasn't a every day after school special cartoon, at least where I was. So you had to wait till Saturday to even watch the GoBots when that came out. But then Transformers came out a little bit after that, and they just dominated, as far as toy sales go. And
I had a few GoBots, and the GoBots would merge into my Transformers toy play. I had Psykill. Was it Psykill? Was like the bad motorcycle? Yeah, from GoBots. I think it's Psykill. And I had I have no idea what it's called, but I also had the Black Train. Whatever that was called. And then I had a couple of Rock Lords. I actually won a competition in my local toy store to win 2 tickets to see Rock Lords the movie at the cinema. And I remember being contacted to say that I'd won. So I went into the toy store to pick up the tickets. I was very excited. And then they said, oh, you can actually choose 2 Rock Lords from the shelf as well, which I had no idea about at the time. I just thought I was winning tickets to go. So it's like, oh my God. To this day, I have both those Rock Lords still. They're actually in this house. They're in this house right now. Right now, upstairs. So what was it? So Megatron was the first Transformer you got? That was the first.
I think it was Bumble. I think it was Red Bumblebee. That
Red
was like
Bumblebee.
that was the cheaper one, and then
Yeah, much cheaper. Yeah,
it was Mega. Everybody wanted Megatron and Soundwave because Soundwave was like that. It's like a you get like 4 toys in one because it came with the cassette, and there was Soundwave. I didn't get Optimus Prime till later. But then like once the Jets came out and watching the cartoon, I just I always like wanted Starscream to win. I don't know why. It was just one of those things where I love Starscream. So once I got Starscream, I was like pretty content for a little while. And then you got the little ones, like you wanted to get Jazz and Sideswipe, stuff like that. Like some of the cars, like those are some of the Lamborghini ones were always like top tier. They did such a good job because they used the cars that young men that they loved, like Lamborghinis, man. Everybody wanted a Lamborghini Countach, like
it's like the big cars at that time. You had the Lamborghini Countach, you had the Porsche 911 with Jazz, you had the Lancia Stratos with Wheeljack, so you had some awesome ones. Sideswipe was my first ever Transformer.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was my birthday. My mum took me to the toy shop. I think I could have a Transformer that was £5 or less. Optimus Prime was too much. He was like £10. Not allowed. So it was like, which is the one? And the Lamborghini Countach is my favorite fucking car of all time.
Yeah.
So what Sideswipe's there? I don't see Sunstreaker.
Yeah, his brother.
But I do, I think the red Lambo anyway for me. So I was just like, yeah, I want that. I also, because you're a kid as well, you're sort of looking at who's got the best accessories.
Yeah, that's
who's got like guns and rocket launchers. Who's got the more accessories, the better. That's how
Sideswipe had the shoulder cannon.
Yeah, and he had the gun and the shoulder cannon. Was the Lamborghini.
He was super fast, yeah.
and I still have that today. It is annihilated. It's got don't know where its gun is, don't know where its shoulder cannon is. Its arms broken off. It's been held on by glue. I think one of the arms is potentially just gone. Now the back's gone. The back's just complete and utterly gone. But I want to get it. I want to get it graded
in that current condition.
Yeah, I want it. I want a naught. Awesome. I want a 0 grade on it, and I want it in an acrylic case.
I'm heading to the Retro Toy Con in November, hoping to get some graded G1 Transformers. Starscream is definitely on my list. That'll be several thousand. We'll see if we can negotiate.
Look for a Sideswipe for me. OG.
Oh, absolutely.
Boxed, untouched.
Absolutely. See if we can get that 8.5.
Oh, I'll take an 8. Look, I'll take it graded, ungraded, as long as it's as long as it's OG
in the box.
Boxed.
Oh, I'll definitely look for it.
I do have a couple of 1984. I do have Hound and Mirage. I sent you the pictures.
Yeah.
But I have Hound and Mirage boxed up. Here, can I bring this up without compromise? Yeah, I can bring this up without compromising anything. So I sent this to Jay. These are my 1984 acrylic. I've got them obviously in the acrylic cases. But these are OG 1984 unopened.
Freaking Hound is so
Mirage
sweet.
And Hound. Yeah, it was hard making that choice as a kid because I love Jazz. I thought Porsche 911 as well. Jazz was awesome. I used to love Jazz. Loved Mirage, but loved Sideswipe. I loved Hound. So it was like Sophie's fucking choice. When I was a kid, it's like, what do you go? And Sideswipe though, it's my favorite car. It was cool as hell.
Yeah.
So I ended up going for that one. This is before I think I'd really seen the cartoon or at least comprehended the cartoon.
You got the toys first?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was just such a novel concept.
Yeah.
Because these came from the Tomi Takara, is it the Diaclone range that Hasbro went and took over and repurposed those
It
to
was
be
something
their
like that. Yeah,
Transformers. Yeah.
definitely.
And just this toy that can transform into a robot, and you just like, poor, like this as a kid, you're just like, this is cutting edge shit here. And it was die cast as well, so it didn't feel like a cheap, tacky toy. Part plastic, part die cast. So they always had, weight to it. Always felt substantial. So it was God, it was so, because we weren't, we came from like quite a poor family. And so something like this was an absolute rarity. So like you said, what we would do is, with your mates at school, you all meet up to play Transformers, and you're all bringing different Transformers. So I'm bringing mine. We went to this guy's house called Simon. He had like Optimus Prime. He had Skywarp. He had Starscream. He had Metroplex.
There's always that one kid that had them all, And
I think he ended up giving me his Optimus Prime.
Oh, dude.
At some point. Yeah. Because there was a time. This is the beauty about being a nerd and never growing up from that.
Yeah.
Is that when when you get into like 10, 11, 12, and it's like, I'm too old for toys now. And so hey, if you want this, you can have it. And I'm just like, okay. I'm like, I'm still building Lego at 14. Like, what do you want for your birthday? I want Lego. I want Lego PlayStation, please, for my birthday.
Never stop building Legos, brother.
Never stop collecting Transformers.
Never stop.
Yeah. So I ended up like inheriting some Transformers from some of my friends that just didn't want them anymore. Which is pretty cool. So I still have that Optimus Prime. Again, legs broken. They're being held together by glue. I've super glued them on.
Yeah. So the only Prime I have now, this was a gift from my brother. When it first came out, I sent you a picture. It's like the
Power Master.
Yeah.
Is that the Power Master one, or is that just the OG one?
25 anniversary. So it comes with comic book number 1.
I do have the picture here. Let me have a look.
Which I haven't.
Yeah.
It comes with there's a DVD back there with the first 3 episodes. So there's that. And it comes with the Transformer and a talking box that I'm sure the batteries in there are nice and destroyed. Oh, man. You got a 9.4?
A 9.4?
And an autograph.
Peter Cullen. Yeah, got Peter Cullen and Frank Welker on there, Megatron and Optimus Prime. So and I picked that up for less than 200. Which I was
Where did you pick that up for less than $200? Holy crap, dude.
I gotta, can't reveal my sources.
I've got this one. I've got one that's not graded, and I also got the Graham Nolan.
Oh yeah. I've got like 2 or 3 of those. That was Graham Nolan's. By the way, that's Graham Nolan's interiors. Even though the cover does kind of look Nolan-esque art as well, it's not actually Graham's cover.
Right.
But it's his interiors, and I think that is his first mainstream comic that he drew. Yeah. Transformers 16, is it? Is it 16?
It's 16, correct.
Yeah.
Eventually, I'm going to bump into him because he's always around the different cons, and I'm like, I always take it with me. If he's going to be there, I'm going to get him to sign it. So...
But I did do something that I said I wasn't going to do. I did end up picking the 40th anniversary Optimus Prime.
Man,
which is actually it's good thick. It's like doubled the cardboard, so it is nice and thick, so it doesn't feel flimsy. So I've ordered it's a bit annoying because that it's kind of got this, but it's not ripped. It almost feels like that this white is on the print. It's on the actual print, so it hasn't been pushed away. You know, it's on the actual print. But I've ordered an acrylic case, so that's going to go into an acrylic case.
So let me ask you this: so after you're getting the toys, when were you introduced to the cartoon?
Well, we got the cartoon during our Saturday show.
So Saturday morning.
Yeah, Saturday morning we'd get the Transformers cartoon. So that would be my chance to see them. And you know, you're a kid, you can't really remember any continuity or whatnot. I just remember watching it every week, going, just trying to get a bit of sideswipe if he turned it, because he wasn't that, you know, well used.
When he was, they used him to his advantage, though. He was always there for like speed purposes.
Yeah. Or him and Sunstreak could just give me some sass, you know.
Yeah.
Or just shooting something. Because he was kind of like, he was always there for like the soldier missions or shit.
Exactly.
But it's like when he'd come up and be like, yeah, it'd be like Whack-A-Day and was it Saturday? God, Saturday, not fun. What was it called? It's it was on ITV one. Yeah, it's Whack-A-Day with Timmy Mallet. And Timmy Mallet's sidekick, of course, was
what the heck is Whack-A-Day?
That was the name of the show.
They hosted like the cartoons.
Well, Whack-A-Day was like just a Saturday morning show, and it would have all kinds of different shit on it. And then I think, was it 10:30? Was it like 10:30 in the morning? That was the time that the Transformers cartoon would come on.
Ah, I see. Wow, yeah, people in the chat are saying Whack-A-Day.
Yeah,
ours was just like
and his
Saturday morning cartoon.
His like, assistant was one young Mike Myers.
Really?
Yeah. His assistant on Whack-A-Day for a bit used to be Mike Myers. Yes, you used to tune in for the Whack-A-Day. We had have the hammer, you'd have the rubber hammer, and you do the and you get the questions. If you got the questions right, you go on to the next person. If they got it wrong, they get a bonk on the head. Whoever gets
I guess maybe this didn't affect you like it did for many people in America. The Transformers cartoon, it like went on, it got pretty big. Then all of a sudden they decide to make a movie.
Yeah, the Transformers,
and
movie.
I was all excited, right? Me and my brother finally convinced my parents, who were like, they hated taking us to they were very religious, so it was like, that's like a no-no. But I was like, it's a cartoon, it's good, it's like that. But they were hearing rumors that there was a cuss word in it, and so it was like, I don't know if we should take you to that movie, but we talked them into it. And I left that movie freaking traumatized, man. I couldn't believe what I saw. I couldn't believe they did this. And I'm like, now that you're older, it's like this whole time they just did it because they sold out on all their toys and they needed to get new Transformers in. So the first 5 minutes, they killed off everyone that we love, you know, and then Prime had his little fight scene. But it's like, you know, for years, you're watching this cartoon. They get hit with lasers and everything, their guns, and like, they're okay. You know, they get a little roughed up, but they're okay. And then you get to the movie, and it's like one shot, they're done, you know? And I'm just sitting here like, first 5 minutes, you're just like, what the heck? I know they can't be dead. All I did was me and my brothers waited. Hopefully that somehow Ratchet Ratchet died too. Like they would just find something and they would all come back at the end. Cause I'm like, there's no way they did this.
Yeah, they didn't sell out. The executives at Hasbro just wanted to introduce new ones because
right.
They just wanted to introduce a new line because this line, you know, was done in their eyes. They needed to keep it fresh. They needed to keep it new. And so
what better way to kill off all your heroes?
Yeah, we're going to bring a whole new line in, whole new range, so you could just kill them off. You could kill off the old ones so that they're not on the shelves anymore. So we bring the new ones in. As a kid, I still got PTSD from that film.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, okay. Megatron shows up. He's like, hey, there's all your favorites. Ironhide, Ratchet, everyone. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
Everyone's
it's like
dead.
Brawn, Ratchet, Ironhide, and Prowl all get murked in the same ship.
Like,
And like
for the first 5 minutes.
Prowl just gets like melted from the inside, and you're just like, ah! And Prowl was like such a cool transformer as well. Police car,
he was awesome.
so cool. He's just there, fucking melting away. Brawn just gets hit, fucking bursts out his back. He's got this like huge hole in his back.
And that's the thing.
Ratchet
Megatron transforms, and Starscream had the pleasure of like doom 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 knocking him out. Then you're like,
and the combiners were there as well. The Constructicons were there as well. So that ambush that they did, and so you're already like, this is. I mean, it starts off with planets getting murked by Unicron.
Yes.
And then you get to that bit, and you're just like,
I know.
And then they land, and then they start attacking the Autobot city. Come on, this is set. The Transformers cartoon is set at that time. It was set in 1984. The Transformers, the movie, was set in 2005.
Yes.
So we're nearly 20 years in the future from that date now. And so when they arrived on Earth and they start attacking the Autobot base, I am just in pieces at who's going to die.
I know. I'm like,
and they're dragging
Prime,
they're just like fucking Wheeljack's getting dragged dead. You know, it's just like side swipes like off camera a little bit. It's like he's fucking gone. It's like Mirage is killed off screen. It's just like, oh my god!
I know.
Everybody's dying.
I know, man. It was awful.
And it's just like, I am just a wreck, an absolute wreck. And then when Megatron and Optimus start fighting, I'm just like, no. And then Optimus gets shot, and that's it. Every boy, every young boy is in tears as Optimus Prime dies. Absolute tears.
But see, they
Wind
hyped it up.
Wind Charger. See ya. Gone.
They hyped it up. Prime's like, I gotta stop him no matter what. They hit that music. You got the touch. He transforms. He blasts half the people.
He takes out pretty much all the Seekers.
And I'm just like, all right, he's gonna make it right, you know. And then he dies. And then the way he died too, it's like his color leaves his body and he's all gray. I will say this though. They gave my man Starscream one of the coldest scenes in the entire movie. They're all on A Train, right? Astro Train,
yeah.
And he's like, hey, it's too heavy. Even though we're in space, floating around, he's like, we're too heavy. We got to get rid of the dead weight.
Wasn't it like they only had limited energy on because of the fight? The fight's been raging for a while. So, yeah.
Astro like, they kick out everyone. And Starscream picks up Megatron, and he's like, okay, here you go. And just floats him outside.
Starscream.
He's like, here you go. I was like, dang, that's freaking cold, man.
It's awesome. So, yeah,
then Starscream gets it later. Oh, my God. It's like, that's it. He was the last one, I think.
Well, we get the age-old debate, because when Unicron picks up the dying Decepticons, and he turns Megatron into Galvatron, of course. Then we have the raging debate. Was it Skywarp or Bombshell that actually became Cyclonus? Because there's two Cyclonus in the movie. One of them gets killed, and from there on in, only one remains in the TV show. Whereas, of course, Scourge had his complement with him. Now, if you're looking at the position of them, Scourge has the sweeps, which are all just kind of clones of him. Now, if we're going by who is prominent in the shot, Bombshell is actually Cyclonus. But just because he's forward doesn't mean that he's necessary Cyclonus, because it could be the both Cyclonus anyway. And then Bombshell he's the Cyclonus that gets killed and Scout. But I think from lore perspective, I think most, unless you're different, I think most of us are on it's Skywarp.
Oh, absolutely.
It's Skywarp.
And I wonder if those people that did they're like, man, you think they'll debate this years down the road about who is who? I'm like, yeah, well, we are.
Well, there was a lot of decisions which they just didn't think out
No,
for this
not at all.
for this movie. It fits far better with Skywalker because Scourge, of course, is Thundercracker.
Yes.
So it wouldn't really make sense for Cyclonus to
Well,
end
that's the
up in
thing. I think
Bombshell.
they didn't care. They cared, but they didn't care because toys was their number one.
That's what the cartoon was
So
there
it's
to
like
sell toys.
we've got to sell toys. Like the movie's the movie, whatever. So it's going to introduce a whole new, and then the whole new television series, which no one really watched because Rodimus Prime, I thought he was cool, but that's some big shoes to fill, man. Because you go from Optimus to Ultra Magnus, which I might have accepted a little bit more the way it was passed down, but then it goes right to Rodimus, and he was just a little different. Now, the fun fact is, because of the backlash from the Transformers movie, they changed the G.I. Joe cartoon completely because they were going to kill off Duke and a few other the characters, and they were like, just put him in a coma, like just have him wake up at the end.
Yeah. Oh, good news, everyone! Duke's gonna be okay.
Yeah,
Yay!
So it was like we got to change it quick. We're gonna have a bunch of angry moms over here, like
Falcons. They're
like angry that their kid is crying on their way home from the movies.
But there was crying kids. There was crying kids. I cried. I cried at Transformers the movie. I couldn't hold it in. I didn't want to. When Optimus died, I didn't want to, but I couldn't help it. It was like
I was very upset. Then you go to school the next day. Did you see the film? We're like, yeah, it was it's terrible. I wish I'd never seen it. Like I don't even want to watch the cartoon anymore. Like I don't want to play with these toys anymore. They're all dead.
Why did they kill Optimus?
I know.
Hot Rod was such a cool look. I loved Hot Rod because it was such a cool looking car. It was just like this futuristic sports car, and he just looked so good. And I did love Rodimus, but no, you're not Optimus, mate.
That's the thing. It's like I think if they had introduced him a little differently, he might have had a chance. But those are.
But it's also Hot Rod trying to take out Megatron, ended up getting Optimus killed as well. So it's a double whammy. It wasn't just Optimus got killed; Hot Rod got him killed.
Yeah. And then you expect us to go, he's it.
He's the guy. He's Rodimus. He's Rodimus Prime. But he's gonna be the one.
The crazy thing is, man, that movie had some amazing potential because when they introduced the Planet Eater, it's like not only do they have a little war going on, but now they got to they could have come together to try to fight Unicron that was gonna eat everything up. It was very creative, honestly, for the film if they didn't kill off everybody right in the beginning. But they did it again in the new Transformers run, which I got all the classic covers. So
with the first episode, issue, I got like 5-6 different covers.
The first episode, Starscream kills Bumblebee.
Like in the first 3 pages or something, just blows Bumblebee's head off without Bumblebee even waking up.
Yeah, I had to get the graded one.
Ooh,
and then
nice.
This cover is just insane. Like this one went for sale as a 9.9. So yeah, I was like, I gotta grab that one. That one is very impressive. This is another number one. But yeah, the Bumblebee gets smashed. But yeah, after the movie, trying to watch the Transformers or being interested in the toys was a little difficult because you just were traumatized. And it's like, why would I want to be reinvested in a character if they're gonna snatch
I was still playing my G1. I was still playing my pre-Transformers and movie stuff though. To me, it was just kind of like I thought the movie was fine. I quite liked the movie, but I didn't like the fact that they all died.
Yeah, I didn't like that either.
Because you don't understand as a kid that these businessmen are making these decisions. We need to get about. Hot Rod, Cop, and Blur to me were a great team. I love that team.
They
RC was awesome.
Well. That's the thing. They could have used them longer, like, in the regular series together as a team. Like that would have been great as well. But it didn't take long, because I think a few, like 2 years after the movie, they had to bring Prime back, and
Well,
or
they
was
brought
it,
him
maybe it
back
was a
in
year?
season 3.
Yeah.
It was like there was so much outrage that they had to figure out a way to bring him back, because in season 3 they do the return of Optimus Prime, and he's kind of like a ghost of himself, and then
Yeah.
they kill him off again at the end of that episode as well, and so it's like ah.
Yeah.
So these kids are like absolutely screaming. So at the end of the series, they bring Optimus Prime back proper.
They
So
used like a special group to rebuild him, right? I can't remember their name.
But what is it? The Wreckers? They bring the Wreckers to kind of get him back together again, and yeah,
And then Rodimus gives him back the Matrix, and he's like, "Hey, Hot Rod's back! All right!" And
yeah,
and then they just roll out.
There's loads of right. There's so many different. Is the Quintessons that brought him back? There's so many different deaths of Optimus Prime, and the way he comes back. Like in the comics, the Marvel comics went off in America, and they went to about issue 89 or something.
Yes.
And then in the UK, we continued it.
Really?
Yeah, we continued it to like issue 300 and something. So we had our own unique stories that were made, and some like the best Transformers stories you fucking ever read. So like Optimus Prime, he's had his data stored on a disc. He's actually killed in his like computer game type of thing, but they keep his memory, everything on a disc.
That was
so
in the. That was like.
in.
I think I have that. That's still in the American run.
That could be in the American
80?
run. They're trying to get him. So he ends up becoming like, he becomes a headmaster and a power master and all kinds of stuff. They're doing all kinds of stuff with Optimus to get him back.
Because the Dinobot became the leader of the Autobots, didn't he?
Grimlock becomes the leader for a while. Yeah, Grimlock, leader of Autobots. He's wearing his crown, like Starscream kind of thing. It's like he's wearing his Grimlock crown. Grimlock strong. Autobot strong with Grimlock.
And then But
did you see Transformers the movie as well? All 5 Dinobots arrive at the Earth base to fight off, and then only 4 of them fuck off for the rest of the movie. I think
know.
Snarls. It's Snarls that just like vanishes. He was staying behind on Earth to help them rebuild or something. But they just didn't pay attention to what was going on.
No, they just were like, make sure you add him in the back somewhere.
Well, he was there when they jump out the ship to join the fight, and that's it. He's picking all the dead bodies up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's finding all the off-screen deaths. There is a lot of off-screen deaths that never happen in the film. But if you see the storyboards, they're all fucking dying. A lot of them, they're all fucking dying.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not coming back. I guess they're dead. The whole new run that they were going to try to do was, man, I guess they thought it would just catch on without that outrage, but
because I think they messed up in season 3, because I think in season 3 there's one scene and Prowl is stood next to them. In this scene, Prowl's there. It's just like Prowl got melted from the inside by
and he's kind of like, is that? Is he there?
Yeah.
Did they just decide to draw him in there, like for whatever reason?
They were just like, if you can't see an Autobot from season 3 onwards, they're dead.
Yeah, absolutely.
they died. They died on Earth. He's like, no.
But they introduced stuff. So you had, I think, Devastator was pretty awesome. The Constructicons. That was like the first time you got robots that transformed and then transformed again. Yeah. So that was really popular. I had that thing until, you play with them so much. they don't work anymore.
Loose. The legs are just flopping. Their arms are just flopping.
Then they were trying to get creative. Like we had the Insecticons.
I love the Insecticons.
And they didn't know what team they wanted to be on. In the cartoon was pretty unique because first they are
Decepticons, but
they were Decepticons.
They're kind of doing their own thing.
And then they were just like, we don't know what we want to be. So then Megatron gets mad at them, and then he says, let's kill the Insecticons too. They're not listening to me. So they went back and forth while they grazed on the farmlands for energy. So
devouring everything. Yeah, I love Shrapnel. Shrapnel's my favorite Insecticon.
So those are the things that they opened up in all the cartoons. And man, I you don't happen to know like the toy cell numbers, do you? Because I think the G1s were just every time I watch videos on that stuff, on like the history of the Transformers and stuff, like they don't have exact numbers. They just said that it was one of the greatest selling toys of all time.
Yeah, it was the number one toy of like 1984 or something.
So it came out 84, then 85 had they started adding a little bit more. And then once
they were going, I think G1 was going all the way through to early 90s. Because they were going into the microbots and all that kind of stuff by then. And,
yes, that's right.
Did have a couple of those.
So 85. So let's see here. I got this pulled up. The 85 run introduced us to Blaster, Devastator, Jetfire, Omega Supreme.
Here we
go. You have
an
Omega Supreme, right?
I got a Fans Toys Omega Supreme. Yeah. As of 2011, Transformers merchandise has generated more than $25 billion.
Wow.
And that's of 2011. 25 billion. That's
they just keep selling.
It's a bubble too. Yeah, I got it's so weird because my favorite Transformers to get are Fans Toys, which is a third-party company. Because they're doing it so much better than Hasbro and Takara, and it's kind of embarrassing when they do, considering they have their masterpiece line.
Yes,
and then Fans Toys are just blowing them out of the park when it comes to the ones that they put out. Yes, they're expensive, but these are you are making these for collectors.
Yes.
That you're not making these for kiddos. So collectors that want them to look how they do in the animation, if they're made with good build quality, then people are gonna pick them up. And the Fans Toys versions are great. I'll show the I think we can get away.
Omega Supreme was always on my list because that was you could build everything around it. It was the Transformer that turned into a base.
Could never afford this.
Yeah, that one was the big one.
So this is part one of my downstairs collection. It's just, I think I'm only missing Wind Charger. If I need a Wind Charger, and then that will be all of these in this cabinet, and the next ones that you'll see. They're all the Autobots from up until the movie, up until Transformers the movie. So season 1 and season 2 of the cartoon, they're all here apart from Wind Charger. Now I'm currently replacing. I've got a bigger Protector bots being developed in my room, but I'm still Groove is on the way. That's being released soon, and then is it First Aid? Blades, I think, is the last one that's going to be released for that. But you see Mega Supreme at the back. Had to take the tracks off, otherwise,
his wings.
Big. Yeah, just too big.
And that is such a cool transform. Oh man, like if you don't know Mega Supreme, he had tracks for wings, Then the tracks go on the ground. Then he transforms into like a tank, right? That goes around the tracks. And then he had a base in the middle. Oh, dude.
And he was like a rocket. His arm was like a rocket.
Yeah, he was. Where was he in the movie protecting Prime? Oh, man.
He's too busy mourning the loss of Crystal City.
I'm telling you.
I mean, these pretty much all like that is fans' toys, fans' toys, fans' toys, fans' toys, fans' toys, fans' toys, fans' toys. That's a fourth party Optimus, and it's fucking baller. Fans' toys, fans' toys, fans' toys, fans' toys, fans' toys, fans' toys. That's the Bumblebee masterpiece because they fans' toys haven't done one yet, but that's the fans' toys cliff jumper. Fans' toys Brawn. Knockoff masterpiece Ratchet, but fans toys are also doing that. That's one of their up and coming. And then this is the X Transbots.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. There. So that's part one. And then on the other side, because fans toys have just completed the aerial
museum
box.
over there, brother.
Boom.
I love
So,
it.
yeah,
oh my goodness.
Yes. Oh, Superion is just obscene. Absolutely obscene. Menasor is going to be completed next.
Oh.
So there's only one. We're just waiting for the final part of Menasor to come. Then Menasor will combine and be this size as well. So yeah, the Autobots end there. So it's just Wind Charger. I think Wind Charger is the own. I love this Power Glide's amazing as well.
Yes.
Fans toys. That Power Glide's amazing. Beachcomber's amazing there. That Skids is actually the masterpiece. That is the Takara masterpiece. As is all of the trio. You know, Prowl Blue Streak, who's grey,
Yes.
and Smokescreen, of course, at the back there. Yeah, Trailbreaker and Hoist, they're both fans' toys as well. These are masterpiece knockoffs. That's a masterpiece knockoff. Swoop is fans' toys. And that Hound is actually a fourth party Takara masterpiece knockoff. And it does actually come with the Autobot symbol on.
Wow.
So
Get away with that one.
Because they don't give a fuck. Because it's Chinese. They got no copyright laws. So come and get me, bruh.
True.
Come and get me, bruh. And then
also,
on the, go on.
Oh no, I was saying it. Also in 1985, McDonald's released a Happy Meal that had a Brawn, Bumblebee, Cliff Jumper, and Gears. And some of those, the McDonald's Happy Meal versions are like those are hard to come find. I'm sure you can find them, but that's back in the day when McDonald's gave you more than high blood pressure. I tell you. So
yeah, here's the Decepticons.
Now
Devastator. The Devastator. 2 secs. I'm just going to go off cam for a sec because just raising my voice. Fans toys.
Look at that Shockwave, man. Shockwave doesn't get enough love. That guy hung out at Cybertron for like 100 million years waiting for Megatron's order. He just kind of sat around on Cybertron.
It's like 3 million years or something.
Yeah,
he's there.
He just hung out and people were like, oh, look at this.
Yeah, so Fans Toys have started to do the Constructicons now.
That is amazing.
Yeah. So we've got Scavengers, the first one, and these just look so ridiculously like the anime. They are.
Yes.
I cannot wait. This is going to be huge. Absolutely freaking huge when this is built. But when this came through and I took it out of the box, I was just like, oh my God. This is going to be the best. This is just going to be the absolute best.
You're going to need another shelf.
I got 9 more Module cases coming. Oh, 9 more double Module cases. DF120. So behind me, there's going to be like back side by side 120. So it's going to be 240 long, which is another one of these longer than you've seen now. So I can get all the Autobots, all the Decepticons. Somebody said he got Astro Train. There he is. Hold on. Gotta click up. There he is. Just poking behind Megatron. Starscream's hiding behind Megatron, sadly. I need 2 more parts for Bruticus. So Onslaught's just kind of got the Bruticus helmet on at the moment. But I need Swindle and Vortex to complete Bruticus. And then yes, Shockwave is just like he's Soundwave, Shockwave, goats. They are
your
goats.
favorite, huh?
Yeah, and then Shrapnel front and center. Probably my favorite Decepticons. Frenzy, Rumble. Gotta get it right.
I see Ravage down there at the bottom.
Ravage is just down there, yeah. And there is Buzz. Yeah, there's
there he is.
Buzzsaw there. Laserbeak is there. Laserbeak is on Soundwave's shoulder. But you know, they didn't put Laserbeak with Soundwave. There's Blitzwing right there. Because obviously if they packaged it in a different one, then they get two sales for that. Because you get the people that wanted to get Laserbeak to go with so they knew what they were doing.
That's what I figured. Like they kind of goofed on the packaging a little bit. So because it's like, I gotta get the other one, Mom. That's the one in the cartoon.
Well, Ratbat was season 3, so Ratbat. These are just season 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Transformers in there. So over here, in my room here, I've got the Decepticon Headmasters. I got Cop, Blur, Rodimus, RC, Outback, Wheelie, Swerve, Pipes.
Is there a Beachcomber sighting in there somewhere?
Beachcomber was he was in the first. Oh, no, he was in the second. Beachcomber was in the second. He's playing a prominent role in the cartoon, in the comic at the moment. There you go. Beachcomber was there.
He's awesome in the comic.
Yeah,
how they're using them in the comics is I love it, man. I love it.
It's gonna be interesting to see what happens next issue because it looks like him and Astro Train are going to be having a conversation.
Think they'll kill him off?
Astro, I could easily see Beachcomber getting killed.
The thing that I love, like what this series has done, it's just no one's at 100% yet. I don't think. All these Transformers are struggling.
Shockwave. Shockwave is the only one because he's coming from Cybertron. So
yeah, that guy just sits on a stool, man, and just waits for orders. But no one's at 100%, and they're trying to figure out how to get enough Energon. You know, Teletran 1 was only able to repair a few, and then Optimus had to make the ultimate sacrifice. But I don't know how to not spoil this too much, but there's one scene where Optimus Prime rips off his arm and beats the crap. I think it's out of one of the Decepticons.
Was it Soundwave?
It wasn't Soundwave. It was one of the jets.
Maybe. If it's one of the
was it not? I don't think it was Soundwave. I don't think it was Soundwave.
I thought I gone into it. I'll have to pull them back out.
I have to look it up. But anyway, he's missing an arm, and Ratchet's like, "Well,
we got an arm.
We got an arm. We can put on you." They put on Megatron's arm with his gun. Oh, dude, I was like, "What? That's crazy."
Was it? It was Starscream. Yeah, it was Starscream.
Oh, it was Starscream. Yeah. Okay, not surprising. Not surprising.
So he's slapping him around, and then Soundwave ended up finishing off.
I think he's still alive. They're gonna bring him back because Megatron's gonna have to make Megatron hasn't made an appearance yet. I mean, only slightly
in his special.
Yeah. So
did you get the Megatron special?
No, I've got 1 through 13.
Okay, there's a special which has Megatron's story.
It's a short one, right? Where he escapes and he escapes the Cobra Law.
Yeah.
Am I correct? Right. And then he okay, I've seen
and of course he's got his gun arm missing.
Yeah. I've seen a YouTube video on it, so I was kind of caught up. But I'm gonna have to.
But it shows the strength of the comic, though. When you're 13 issues in, and Megatron's not even in this thing.
Yeah.
And the story that they've been telling, you know, the fact that Energon is so low, so nobody's functioning at full strength at all. Everyone's fucked.
Yes.
Nobody has time to build. You know, if the Autobots are trying to get some Autobots going again, in come the Decepticons. If the Decepticons have opened up the gateway to Cybertron, now they're trying to bring Decepticons in. Autobots are just throwing themselves, you know, and people are just getting murked left, right, and center.
No, like Beachcomber was like on Earth, just hiding at the beach.
Yeah, just chilling.
And he was just like, I'm just gonna hang out here at the beach.
Yeah, this is a beautiful place. I don't want to fight. But it works though. It works because the Autobots aren't a military force. It's the Decepticons that are military force. The Autobots are a band that, you know, rebelled against the Decepticons. So you can understand it's not as if it's two military organizations fighting each other. That's why in the cartoon there's far more Autobots than there are Decepticons. Because the Autobots aren't fighters. The Decepticons are fighters.
Yes.
So this smaller group of Decepticons can hold their own against this much larger group of Autobots. So,
how did you like the origin of Starscream? Like what they put in the comic run, where he was just like a scientist with his friend and then gets caught up in the war. And it was actually, the way they drew it was Prime actually killed his friend. And then Megatron shows up and like, you want to get revenge? You know,
and Bumblebee's there, so you see why he goes, and that's why you kind of understand why he just kind of goes and takes Bumblebee out immediately in issue 1.
He also Starscream picks up humans like grapes, man, and he squishes them, and like blood flies all over, and he's laughing at it. He's like, "Oh, they're so squishy on this planet."
So squishy. But it's kind of to me, it's almost hi, baby. To me, it's almost a sort of homage, really, to the Orion Pax origin in the cartoon.
Yeah,
because in the cartoon, they're looking up to the Decepticons, kind of like, oh, look at these guys, you know, who are doing this thing, and then Megatron just comes in and kills him and Dion, and it's just like so they kind of reverse that one, and then I'll let you know they were there trying to get the attention of Mega Supreme.
Yes.
And Jetfire, of course, Jetfire starts off as a Decepticon. That's how he does it in the cartoon as well. So that's why
you weren't a Michael Bay fan.
Fuck off. I don't know what the hell that was, but it sure as hell went Transformers.
I like the soundtrack though. I think that's pretty cool.
Sure. The best live action Transformers is the first 15 minutes, 10 minutes of Bumblebee.
Bumblebee was great. I didn't mind
best live action Transformers one.
I didn't mind Beast Wars at all. I didn't mind it. I thought it was a cool Prime in that one. That's all. They fought at the end the G.I. Joe crossover like kicked in. So we'll see what happens next, how they'll mess that up. But
what will happen is not getting made, it'll be rebooted again.
Probably.
That was an awful film.
The Beast Wars?
Yeah, the Beast Wars Transform. Yeah, it's awful. Why Mirage? Why was it Mirage? Just be Jazz. Yeah, you got to do the Porsche. Just do fucking Jazz for a start.
No, they've screwed up all that stuff in the movies.
Wasn't Scourge? That wasn't even. I hate it when they look nothing like they do, and then you see the first 10 minutes of Bumblebee, and you're just like, they can do it.
Yeah, they can.
They can do it.
That's what I thought with like Megatron too. I was like, what the heck is that? And then like after the second one, they went off the rails so bad. I don't even think I watched the last two with Mark Wahlberg. I think if he was in those last two. I gave up on last night when I saw what Hot Rod was going to look like. I was just like, no. And then apparently Hot Rod has a French fucking accent in that film as well. I'm just like, what? What? Doesn't look like Hot Rod.
has a French fucking accent. Like,
It's
what's
made
going
for
on?
a modern audience.
Made for a retarded audience is what it's made for. It's certainly
I
not
want
made
to.
for Transformers.
I don't know when you want to hit some of your supers, but if you get
It's all right. It's all right, Jay. I can run a stream.
I know I because I could talk a lot. I didn't want to like got a big mouth. This is I love this is like one of the cooler websites that shows. I think I'm in the 85. So some of the other
Which
things.
website is this?
The toycollectorsguide.com.
Ooh.
So they do a lot of stuff. So you can go through GI Joes, the different years of the Transformers, wrestling action figures, anything your heart's desire. Like a lot of that stuff is here. Star Wars and everything else. But this was one of the cooler runs. The Lamborghini right here. Red Alert.
Red Alert, yeah.
They made a Lamborghini fire patrol car. Sadly, in today's America, I don't know if it's around the world, but making toys from police and fire department heroes is a no-no nowadays for some reason. I don't know why. Our wonderful government over here is
we
like,
do know why, but
yeah, like they've made the police the bad guys, and fire and rescue the bad guys, which is very sad. Because I love when you're a young person, and like these are your heroes. The fact that they took a Lamborghini and made it into like a car, it was just that was pretty amazing. I love that. I had that one. This was the Corvette. Tracks, smokescreen, and skids. All amazing Transformers. Then like they said, they did the minis. So a lot of us had the minis. Simply because they were they weren't as expensive.
That was the price point for
and that's the smart thing I think Hasbro did was they had here are the ones for the rich kids. Here's the medium for maybe a special. If he gets all A's on his report card, you can get one of these. And then they had the minis for the people on a budget. So I mean the value of these things, $200.
Dude.
For a Power Glide.
Like some of the prices of these, like, hey, there's a mint condition Prowl from 84 in box for 425. Sold!
Yeah.
Sideswipe, 285. Sold!
And then we got
but they don't go on the marketplace for that much. They go on for so much more.
Dirge, Ramjet, and Thrust were just repainted Starscreams, but it didn't matter because you wanted to. Yeah,
Coneheads. They had different wings as well.
You wanted to collect them all.
Yeah, the Coneheads with their different wings.
The Whirl Road Buster was never had these, but I had a friend that had these as well. Then we're gonna get into some of my favorites. Yeah, Grimlock, Slag, and Sludge. You said you like Sludge, right? Sludge was your favorite?
I love Grimlock. Grimlock and Swoop were my favorite Dinobots.
Never had that.
I see here. I'm looking at Bumblebee Red and Bumblebee Yellow.
Yeah. Because I had Bumblebee Red, and I'm like, we got into arguments in school. They're like, that's not Bumblebee. I was like, yes, it is. I promise. Had to bring the box in.
The back of Cliff Jumper is actually different, but also Cliff Jumper Red, Cliff Jumper Yellow.
Right.
Here
are the Insecticons that came out in 85.
Yes.
Shrapnel, Kickback, and Bombshell.
Bombshell, yeah. Kickback's a great one as well. Shrapnel and Kickback are the two best by far on those.
And then they came out with a couple others. The Slag Beetle, Chop.
Yeah, that was meant to be another Insecticon, but they went away from the color schemes that have been going. So
the Jump Starter series. Here we go. Top Spin.
I had the Twist. I had Twin Twist. I managed to pick that up. I don't have it anymore. Like you, when I went away to uni, my mum just got rid of loads of my Star Wars, loads of my Transformers, just loads of my toys in general.
I was like, Mom, if you had kept that, I probably could pay off your mortgage. But you know, here we are. Now we're getting into more of the more expensive
Triple
ones.
Traces, yeah.
Man, Blitzwing was such man, I love those thing. Astro Train was great. And the funny thing was though, in the cartoon, when they would transform, you know, you're like Astro Train could fit all the Decepticons in. You're like,
There was there's a specific name for it because
Right.
Megatron
he
shrinks as well.
shrinks.
And
Yeah.
so does Soundwave and Blaster and stuff like that. There is actually I can't remember off the top of my head, but there is a word where they can actually change their size larger or smaller based off the is it mass shifting? Mass shifting.
Mass shifting. Yeah, because Soundwave would you know, little human Spike would find Soundwave on the ground and be like, oh, look at this. Someone left this here.
Well, like Blaster, for instance, Blaster never came out in the UK, never came out in Europe. So, and I always loved Blaster, so I could never get him. So, when I got the fans toys Blaster, it was like, you know, like little dreams just come true. Not only do I have a Blaster, but now I've got this ultimate kind of incredibly made one. And I do have the boxed up Blaster. I do have the 40th anniversary one boxed up.
I think when we got to this time, they were making counter. So Blaster was the counter to Soundwave.
Yeah.
He was the good guy. So he, you know, he was a did he have cassettes? I don't think he did he?
Not in season 1 and 2.
Okay.
His cassettes came in the movie. That's where we see his cassettes for the first time. In in season 1 and 2, he's just you know, blasting out noise. Tended to hang around with tracks.
Yes.
In the cartoon. The vein ones, yeah.
That's a beauty. I can't believe they're saying that box only $425. It's gotta be
right.
It's gotta be worth more than that.
I'd bite your fucking dick off. If you're offering it that much, fuck yeah.
Holy crap. I don't
These prices here. I'm making a list. I'm making it twice.
Dude, that would be crazy. There he is, man.
Oh,
Shockwave and Perceptor. Yeah, there's the let's teach kids about science. So pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Man, Shockwave was freaking rough in the comics, man. He was like pro Cybertron. And even if Decepticons got in the way, he's like, he's got to kill them all.
Oh, he's a nasty boy in the comics.
Yeah,
he's nasty boy in the comics, man.
In the cartoon, he's very like him and Soundwave are like extremely loyal. You know, to that, which was funny. Like in the movie, Megatron's almost dead, and he's like, Soundwave, can you help me out here? And Soundwave's like, all right, he's running with them, and Rumble's got his gun in the back. But soon as they like get on the Astral Train and they're like, we got to get rid of the dead weight, and Starscream like throws them out. Soundwave's like, okay, yeah, new leader. Like,
well, yeah, they vote on it. It's like, who votes to get rid of the dead weight? Yeah, who doesn't?
That's pretty funny.
Well, I mean, he was more than happy to be loyal, but when it came down to we all die or some of us die, then you know he becomes a pragmatist.
These are the mail order promotional Transformers that you could get. I don't know how rare these things are, but overdrive, downshift, camshaft.
Wow,
it's pretty awesome. And then we have the Optimus Prime Pepsi promotion. I have not seen one. I saw one on eBay not too long ago, and it had a $20,000 tag on it. So, and then it's hard to tell if it was. If I don't know how to like, I'm sure there's ways to find out, but where people could take a regular Optimus Prime out and just redo it and then try to resell it, you know, like a fake one to get that kind of money. So I think this would be a cool item to have.
Yeah, it would.
And then this is Jazz that was in the box of cereal, the cookie. I don't know. I wasn't in the box. You bought Cookie Crisp and you could get it. So,
that is nuts.
Tough to find in the secondary market. Yeah, very hard to find in the secondary, according to this. According to this. Then we got into like Transformers Watch, which I did have one. I
Me
had
too.
like it was like a little rumble, you know,
Yeah,
that you
yeah, yeah,
wore,
yeah, yeah.
and
Kind of.
they put that on there as well. So this all came out in 80. Man, I gotta look for that when I go to that retro toy con. I gotta remember that.
Yeah, I'll give you a shopping list.
The please, yeah, I'd be honored, man. I'll look for some stuff. You're not the first one. They know I'm going. And some people are like, hey, if you happen to see this, you know. So I got a list. So they hooked me up well. But then we get into when we get into 86.
You're gonna get onto hot rod territory now.
Right, right. These are like the even smaller ones. Because you can see the packaging is a little different. It's not in a box. You just kind of rip that open and
Yeah, these are aerial bots. This is how they all came in the UK. Apart from the big, the big one, the Onslaught, they would all come in a bigger box because they were actually
right.
proper sized ones, whereas the smaller ones tear off.
Oh, so they were like, so like there was no saving the box if you open that up. It's like,
No, I have seen some pretty well done ones.
I guess you saved the back because it had all the information on it.
Well, you'd be cutting out the tokens, wouldn't you? Cutting out the tokens for.
Here's your hot rod right there.
That's like a row of porn for me right there. Hot Rod, Cup, and Blur. That's just like I had Cup. I had all three of those. But I remember when I got Cup, I just fucking loved that truck. I love that futuristic truck.
It's a Cybertron truck. Yeah. So it was pretty. These were all Cybertron cars apparently. So they weren't stained with the
they reused this. They reused the Cup model for when they did Orion PAX as a commemorative in 2000 and whenever it was. But they used the Cybertronian truck model, and they did Orion PAX with the Orion PAX color scheme, red, white, blue, and I would. Man, I would love to pick one in excellent condition.
Cup had a glow in the dark mini poster that came with that.
Because they came out a year later in 87 as Target Masters.
Yes.
And they all had their Target Masters in 87. So they got reissued in 87 with Target Masters.
Here's the we have too many Bumblebees. Let's rename it to Hubcap.
Oh yeah, who never made any appearance anywhere. Ever.
And this was an interesting marketing. They have the symbol here, but it was heat sensitive. So like in the old commercials, they were like, do you have an Autobot or do you have a Decepticon? Even though it's on the packaging and you put your finger on it and it would reveal the symbol of Autobot or Decepticon, whichever one you had. Genius back, man. That's when they had like original ideas.
I know.
They were creative. You know, even in their remarketing of Bumblebee, like they were creative, man. It's just pretty cool. Swerve, tailgate, and wheelie. Pretty good stuff. And
season 3 stuff, yeah.
Now we're getting into like we need to save money on our packaging for the bigger model on the bigger models. That's how that worked. Now we okay, here are the cassettes.
I have Runabout and Runamuck third-party X-Transbot third-party versions just over there. Excellent. They're pretty X-Transbots. They're like my backup if Fans Toys doesn't do the Transformer at that time. Yeah.
And yeah, you're correct. These are the cassettes that came. Yeah. And all they did was make counter. So like if you had them both, they could fight each other.
They go Frenzy Blue.
Yeah. Rambat. Rewind and Steel Jaw. Look at that. Ramhorn and Eject. What was Eject? Just a robot with a gun. Okay.
Yeah, this is just kind of reskins of Rewind. rewind and eject.
Wait, Rumble didn't come with the drivers, did he?
No, they just came with the strap-on guns. Yeah, that clicked onto the back.
Even though that was his whole gimmick was get Rumble out and make an earthquake.
Yeah,
that was his thing here.
Oh,
man, I didn't have any of these.
I'm gonna have a cry. I had Swindle, Blast Off, Brawl, and Onslaught, and I didn't have Vortex. So I used one of the Stunticons to make up the last arm. But
did it work?
Yeah, it still clicked in because it's the head clicking in. So it still clicked in. So it had like dead end on the arm instead of Vortex. Could never find a Vortex.
I think we all tried that too with like Devastator and others. Like,
but Devastator was 6 though. All the others are 5. So yeah.
Here you go. You can get the whole gift set. That's so freaking cool, man. Yeah, there's Vortex and Swindle. Here we go. Scourge. There is your
Cyclonus and Scourge.
Which one was in the movie?
Is it Sky? Oh yeah, we got the poll going. Let's see how the polls going. The chat say Cyclonus, Bombshell or Skywarp. Bombshell 29%, Skywarp 71%.
There it is.
They
market value 300. Then they have Rodimus Prime. That's pretty cool. He still looked cool.
I got a paper round when I was a kid. And to do all my paper round, I would I'd get paid £10 as a payment. And my parents said to me, you need to save that money. £10, you need to put it into your bank. So when I got paid the £10, what I did is I went straight to the toy store and I bought Rodimus Prime for £9.99. I then went home with my Rodimus, and my parents said to me, we told you that you needed to put that money into your bank, and we're taking away the Rodimus Prime. And they took it off me.
Oh!
Now, I don't know when the paper round was. I didn't get the £10 back. They just took it off me. So I don't know when the... then he said, and we're going to make a decision on whether or not you can keep it. So I was out on my bike, and then I was feeling sad, and I came back, and they went, right, we've made a decision. You can't keep it. We're confiscating it from you. So I don't know what time of the year that was. Maybe the summer holidays. Maybe. I'm speculating here. At Christmas of that year, they'd wrapped it up and they gave it to me as one of my Christmas presents.
That's pretty genius, though.
So I did end up actually getting it in the end. Hey, I earned that £10. That was my fucking money.
I hear you.
My money. So I don't have my. I really wish I had my Rodimus.
What was the toy store that you went to buy this stuff at? Was it a toy store? Or was it like just a?
It was an independent. It's just an independent toy store that you used to have. No, it wasn't a chain. It wasn't like Toys R Us or anything. It's just on the high street. This store, and it just had all kinds. It was just like the most wonderful place to go as a kid. It was like walking into Nirvana.
So amazing. They sold these. I don't know if you know what this is, but they sold these in a convenience store called 7-Eleven.
Yeah, I know 7-Eleven. Yeah.
And so they had comics that you could buy, and then next to it they had like action figures and Transformers, but only the small ones. But every now and then you can walk in and be like, no one's going to 7-Eleven to buy Transformers, so they have some of the rare ones like stuck on there, and you're like, what is this? It's like you go and buy. That's where I got most of my comics growing up. I go into this. My dad would always take me, we go to the 7-Eleven. It was near our house. And like, you could just pick and choose. And like, I'd hope, they had episode 2 or 3 of whatever I was collecting.
Mm.
And it would all be the newsstand. That's exactly where I bought this one. The newsstand edition. It's from the
Nice.
7-Eleven.
Wow.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I had Groove and I had Streetwise. Those are the only two protector bots that I had.
Oh man, I don't even like some of these. This is the
Yeah, and I had Dead End, which was acting
Motor
as
Map.
the arm for Bruticus and the other arm.
That's pretty funny.
And it worked.
Broadside
It
and
worked
Octane.
perfectly. Yeah.
Yeah, so now we're getting into like there's Sandstorm.
Yeah, the triple changes, apart from Springer, the triple changes which never made it.
Never really caught on.
But Springer, of course, was in the movie. And then, yes, I remember
Metroplex.
my birthday. I can't remember what birthday, either my 12th or 13th birthday. And I had no idea what I was going to get. I had no idea. My mum had baked me a Ghostbusters birthday cake.
Oh,
It was a
nice.
birthday cake. It just had like the Ghostbusters symbol on it. Looked cool as fuck. So even that, I was just like, oh, that is so cool. And then she went, here's your present. It's this big box. I'm just like, what? Because, you know, we didn't have a lot of money. So to see, when you saw a big box, you're like, whoa, wow. What's this? My brother had bought me a little Garfield cuddly toy. And I opened up the box. It's fucking Galvatron. And I was just like, what? I was absolutely blown the fuck away when I saw that. So yeah, and
my friend across the street had a Metroplex, and it was just like that's all I wanted. I never was able to get it. The that's pretty sick, man. Galvatron, never had that one either. Skylinks, yeah, these are the most expensive one, and there he is.
Oh yeah, Ultra Magnus.
Got an Ultra Magnus, and that was awesome because you could put all the other Autobots inside.
Yeah,
and off he goes. Look at that. And in the comics, Ultra Magnus got some PTSD going on from Shockwave.
Yeah,
Shockwave skinned him alive, like, you know.
Run. Okay, yeah. What happened to Ultra Magnus?
Prime's like, we need you, Ultra Magnus. All right, Prime. It's like, I gotta go. I can't fight this guy.
I can't do this.
Like, now he's disappeared.
Now he's just run away. Run,
man, taking this walk down memory lane. It's
oh
pretty
my
good.
God.
After that run, I never got.
Not going to be a difficult wank tonight. This ain't going to be a difficult wank at all. This website. I'm going to be after this stream cocking and mate.
The one that I showed you.
Yeah. This. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That was the last year I was really like collecting toys. Then I just went like straight into the comic books. So like some of the stuff that they rehashed, like in the 88, 89, like I don't know why I clicked the website off, but I never got into these. Like these are I don't know if you ever got into this is the 88 run.
Mm-hmm.
So the Pretenders or anything like that. Never really. I was kind of over the toys at this point.
I think I was always though intrigued to get the Bumblebee Pretender because I think that's the first time that Bumblebee's head actually looked like Bumblebee's head. But I never got it. I'd kind of moved on from there.
Do they have Bumblebee in this?
Maybe the next year. I don't think it's
89.
Well, hold on. I'm on 87. I'm on 8. Let's have a look at 88 now.
Landfill with Flintlock and Silencer.
Wow.
I like those names. Yeah, you get lost in this website, man. Like,
the Power Master Optimus Prime, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some pretty dope ass shizel right there.
Let me see what we got. We got 80, 89. Yeah, these they really changed up the packaging and everything. Skyhawk Skyhopper with helicopter.
I hated the change.
Yeah.
I hated that new logo. I despised it with a passion that you can only dream of. I was just like, why would you do that? Your whole packaging and your logo was so cool, and now it just looks so generic.
I believe the reason they went micro is because micro machines were like popping off like crazy at the time, like the toy micro machines.
Yeah.
So now like Transformers, GI, like all of the established Hasbro stuff started doing micro stuff to kind of, I guess, stay within the market of like whatever was like popular. That's toys for you, man. Toys, like the next thing comes along and a lot of people could jump on it. Sometimes we went through some weird stuff like Pogs and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't buy that, but I mean, like that was just a craze, you know, like the Cabbage Patch doll, like all that stuff just went. Everybody had to have a Cabbage Patch doll at one time. But yeah, this marketing looks very like dollar store value.
Yeah. Just looks cheap.
Yeah. Like gray
and of course,
color. It looks horrible.
They got rid of all the die cast by now. It was
Yes.
just plastic. I had that. I don't even know what it's called. I managed to get one of those. But you're just coming up to Bumblebee now. You're coming up to Bumblebee and Jazz as the pretenders. So they're coming up. Nice to meet you.
There's
there you
Grimlock.
Go. There you go. There's Bumblebee.
Yep. There he is.
Yeah. I think that's the first time that Bumblebee's head actually looked like Bumblebee's head. So that always interested me.
Pretender Classics. Yeah.
I didn't like the look of that.
Starscream looks terrible. Oh, that's when that's right, because they were humans that transformed into
Yeah.
That's what. Look at Jazz. They made him a white guy.
I know. He was voiced by a black dude. You know?
I know. One of the most iconic voice actors ever did Jazz. They gave him like blue eyes and brown hair. Like, what?
They made him as Aryan as he could possibly be. Aryan race.
Human in armor. Jazz returns for the 1989 wave as part of the classic Pretenders. He still transforms into his Porsche 935. It was a 911 originally, was it?
It might have been in a Porsche 935.
His outer shell changes into human armor as a white guy. Starscream is like some weird alien. What was Bumblebee? Yeah, he looks alien a little bit.
I don't know what on earth they look like. I was just like, what are they? This is shit.
Yeah,
the whole point was they were vehicles that turned into robots. That was the cool thing. I don't want a human. What?
Yeah, that was stupid. We have room. I almost thought I was a vacuum cleaner. Like that
I would have been okay with a vacuum cleaner that turned into more than a bloody human.
Then we get, oh man, see already Legends, Bumblebee and Grimlock. Trying to resell them.
We're just reselling the Pretenders.
Pretty much. And then what was the last year on this? Was it 90?
1990, yeah.
What do we have? I won't know any of these. Oh, it's just Jazz, man. Look at that. They put them on everything. This is part of this got to be like the Micro Machines wave. Look how small they are in there.
The tiny.
Because you can see the hook.
Yeah.
Tread shot, Soundwave.
No.
Yeah, they shrunk them down. Man, it probably didn't cost them much to make these at all.
Nah, these
little tiny
plastic
ones. Devastator, Blaster, Bumblebee. As always, they got to go back to the classics.
Yeah. Remember the Bumblebee's okay. I'd have that Bumblebee in my collection.
Yeah, no, it's just like it just proves like they got to go back to the classics when they sell, because like those were the most popular. Mainframe and Jackpot. What does Jackpot turn into?
A fruit machine.
A casino.
Yeah.
You notice we haven't had we haven't had any Megatrons redone ever. You know, because they couldn't
Well,
sell the toy gun.
yeah, in G1, yeah, and then G2 is like a tank. So
Kickoff Inferno, Skyfall. There's Shockwave, man. What do they have him? Do these even transform?
no, I don't
Yeah,
think they do.
Shockwave no longer transforms into his alternate mode.
I think they're just
They're just the figures.
Yeah, they're just the figure.
Oh, okay.
Because these
Does
are the
not-
ones that are hidden inside the Pretenders, some of these, and then they just repackage them without their Pretender shell.
Now we got the fake Soundwave on a motorcycle. Axer.
Yeah, I think there's Prowl one of these as well.
Yeah, there he is. Turbo Cycle with Prowl.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. I had a chance of picking one of those up recently. I ended up declining on it.
It just looks
The price
like
the price point wasn't there for me.
that,
for
and
what
they
it was.
also look like Starscream here looks like they went away from what made Transformers cool. They have Starscream on his jet.
Well, that's just it. They got Prowl on a bike and he turns into a car. I mean,
Yeah.
make it make sense.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Armored Convoy with Optimus Prime. Prime is inside the truck. I've never seen these. Prime is inside the truck with a golden gun shooting.
What was
And then
it?
there's-
What is it? In Japan, his toy was called something like Convoy Leader or something, wasn't it? In Japan, it was something like that.
There's the tank with Megatron.
I know, it just defeats the object. Why is Optimus Prime driving a truck?
Yeah, and Megatron is
am
sitting in
the
a
truck.
tank. That's crazy. They've done it with everybody here. They're all flying. Why bother transforming? There's Wheeljack. He's in a speed car.
Convoy later, Leo Convoy. There you go. In Japan, it's just Convoy.
Man, look at this. Yeah, they were trying this time.
They were out of ideas.
And now we get
They're seriously out of ideas.
now we get to the let me see if I don't know if these transform either. Oh, I guess they do. More Micromasters. They had to go back to Micromasters because Micro Machines were just like dominating the market at that time. And they dumped 4 in a box. There's that. Yep. The Battle Squad and the Astro Squad.
Because if you ended up picking I picked up I think one of these, and they just never fit with the rest of the Transformers because they're just too small. They're even too small for the mini bots, you know.
Then I think some kid choked on one, and then they had to not do micros anymore.
That's how every story ends. Some kid choked and died on a thing. Like one in all the ones that they saw, one fucking kid, and he fired it down his throat, and they're like, right, that's it. Nobody else can. Oh, fuck off,
man.
Come on now.
Yeah, that was it. They didn't go past 90, but still $25 billion in merch. I'm pretty sure that was
as of 2011.
Yeah.
So goodness knows what it's got up to now.
Yeah. A lot of that's got to be top heavy from the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, we like a top heavy. Yeah, boys.
For that. But I mean, even on the original packaging from going back to the 85, 84 series, it was neat because inside the box you had your Transformer. I don't know if it's on this box. No, but on the back you get the special glasses so you could see their power levels.
Yeah, you get the decoder.
Yeah, that's right. So that's the thing. They thought of everything that you could do. So you just didn't have a box that had the Transformer. It was interactive box, told their power levels. So when you play with your friends, you could be like, well, this guy's stronger than your guy, but my guy's faster than your guy.
He's going to outrun you.
Right. So then you hold on to that. So that's why you kept the box, because it had, and then I believe there was points, and someone can correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, but I believe on every box you could cut out the points,
Yeah.
and that's when you did the mail out orders.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
so all that stuff was part of like the packaging, that you get more for than just buying a toy. Everything was like part of it. Yeah, someone said tokens. Some of them did have tokens inside as well. So, oh man, what a time.
But Bob Budiansky did all the, he did all the bios for them, didn't he? So, well, the majority of the bios for them, so great stuff.
What a time, man.
Yeah, right. Let's get into some supery duperies. Let's involve the chat. Didn't Denny was it? Correct me if I'm wrong. Was it Denny O'Neil that came up with the name Optimus Prime?
That I don't know.
With him and Jim Shooter were working together.
Shooter, yeah.
I think it was Denny O'Neil came up with the name of Optimus Prime for Optimus Prime.
That is such an amazing name too.
It means first best. It's like Ultra Magnus roughly translates to beyond great.
Yes.
They
awesome.
use Latin phrases.
That's what Jeremy calls himself, Jeremy Prime.
There you go. Denny O'Neil came up with Optimus Prime and Prowl.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah. I thought I loved Denny. I mean, Denny O'Neil was the fucking goat. He really was the goat. Yeah, because I used to, when I was at high school at the time, we had to, for the first 2 years that we were there, we had to learn Latin compulsory. So when you start to realize that Optimus Prime's actually based on Latin, and then you can do a translation. Same with Ultra Magnus, it's essentially Latin. So yeah, Optimus Prime first best, Ultra Magnus beyond great.
You mean they were being very creative with toys for kids? Isn't that something? Imagine that. Billions of dollars sold because they were being creative in the name and everything. Now Optimus Prime, that's the freaking, anytime you hear that name, you're like, no, there's no one better.
Yeah. First best, baby. First best.
That's the best, man.
Yeah.
That character and everything, man. No, that the values that Optimus Prime had and everything, it was just like, it was awesome.
Yeah, like Unicron had some shitty names. It was like going to be called something like Absorbatron or something when they were first doing it. And then, thank God, they ended up on Unicron. But I think one of the first names they came up with for Unicron was
Planet
something like
Muncher.
Yeah, he's like something like a Zorbatron or something. It was something really kind of like wank like that. So then you hear Unicron, and you're just like, whew. Thank goodness.
It's pretty awesome.
Thank goodness cooler heads prevailed on that one.
And Peter Cullen at
Ingester. That was an Ingestor.
Oh, yeah.
Ingestor.
They couldn't get them all right, but they probably had like a list of 20 things. And they're like, I don't want that one.
Yeah, they're probably just brain farting. And then some bastard's just like, I'm fucking writing these down.
But Peter Cullen, when he's at these conventions, though, I've seen him about 10 times, had the opportunity to have dessert with him at the hotel, and just the nicest, loves his fans. Everybody's in line for him to sign an Optimus Prime. I know he's done a lot of other voice work as well. I wanted to talk to him about a show that got canceled early that I'm a huge fan of, Pirates of Dark Water. Not too many people know about that cartoon. That was supposed to be, you never heard of it, have you? It was supposed to be the next biggest thing, and they spent way too much money producing this cartoon, but they thought it was going to lead to movies. They knocked out a couple of video games. They never finished the cartoon series because Hanna-Barbera sold it, and it was cost too much for them to keep going. The voice acting list on the Pirates of Dark Water is incredible. I mean, everyone, the top voice actors of all at that time were part of Pirates of Dark Water, and I think they only got to like 11 episodes. I love that series. I have all the comic books, and they just stopped because it was too expensive. and it just didn't really catch on. Like the action figures, they finished the series by releasing a Sega Genesis video game. So if you wanted to know how it ended, you had to buy the video game. But speaking to getting a chance to speak to Peter Cullen about that, he was just like, man, nobody wanted that series to end because they were told that was going to be the next massive. They believed it was going to be the next massive thing to hit, I guess, young people to buy the toys and go to the movies and all that stuff. But it just cost way too much at the time, and they couldn't keep up with production. So interesting story. Sorry, I was a little rant there, but Peter Cullen, his lines are massive for Optimus Prime, dude. And he does the voice for anybody who ever asked, and it's just so cool to see people in that spotlight that aren't turds. You know what I mean? Like that actually they understand that you have a connection with this character, that you care, and I care about you for caring, and I want to protect this character just like you do. And it's like, I respect you for being a fan of this character that he's such the nicest man. So anyway,
God bless him.
Yeah, he's freaking awesome. So
yeah. Right, Martino Simone with a 100 Swiss. Always wondered what happened to the Countach engine when Sideswipe and Sunstreaker transform. Putting an engine vertical must move the oil in all the wrong places. Hashtag childhood dilemmas. I answered this before the stream even began. Of course, I said when they run off Energon,
yeah,
there's no oil there anyway. He's like, yeah, but as a kid, you're thinking. You're not thinking about Energon. You're thinking about petrol, and you're thinking of what.
Well, sometimes when they got shot, didn't they leak a little bit? So maybe.
Yeah, they'd leak fluid.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of fluid that. Brake fluid. Yeah, I don't know. Lubricant. KY Jelly. Shadow saying 737 with a $5 says Unicron versus Kirby. Who wins? Sad thing is, it'd probably end up being Kirby. that's the sad. Unicron would crush him.
Oh yeah.
Bruce with a $5 says, as any opinion on the Dream Star Devastator Scrapper forklift model? Yeah, it's fucking amazing. It's absolutely bloody amazing. It's fantastic. I love it.
Is it heavy?
Yeah, it's got
some weight. It's got weight on it.
Yeah. It's there's a lot of die cast there. It's got some good chunk on it. As soon as I opened the box, I was just in love.
I love
Absolutely in love. Cannot wait for the next 5 to come out, but there's only one more in the near future. And then the others will filter through as the years go by. Cole Hauser with the 2 Canadian says transform and roll out.
Look at that. Hey, I'm in his avatar. Look at that.
There
Met him in Toronto.
Yeah, he does a lot of work for charity.
He's awesome, man. Cole Hauser's awesome. He also gave me some Transformer gifts, some old VHS movies of the TV show, not movies, but so I appreciate him, man.
Transformers fan with the $5 says, what do you think of Transformers 1? If you haven't watched it, it's pretty good. Also, what's your favorite Transformers TV show? Mine's Prime. I haven't seen Transformers 1 yet. I'm trying to get to the cinema this week so I can talk about it on afternoon tea this Sunday. So I got a few days left to try and go and see it. If I can go and see it.
I haven't not seen it.
But favorite in terms of cartoon, it's G1. It's G1.
Yeah, 100%.
It's G1, baby. That's it. There's nothing else.
If you haven't seen the G1, if you go to Hasbro's YouTube channel, they play it on a loop 24 hours. So
check it out. And G.I. Joe, I think, as well.
Yes.
Martino with a 10 Swiss says, I have been in as. He has. He's been in my house. Martino has been in my house, and he's also been in my storage locker as well. There you go. Call out of the 2 Canadian. Good day, Az and Jay. Thanks for this stream. Thank you for watching. Calioth with a $2 says over 1,000 Optimus Prime G1 sold on Walmart in the first 3 hours.
Wow.
Wow. No, this is fans toys. This is fans toy. This is the one that I want. This is the baby I'm going for. The fans toys one. That's the one you need to be going for. I'm just saying. Gregory Lieber with the $2 says, huge Transformers nerd. Glad you did this stream. Thank you, Gregory. Israel
thank you,
R.
Thank you.
No. With a $10 says, Hail Laz and Jay, Transformers G1 is the GOAT for me as a Gen Xer. I enjoy the characters better, the stories, and overall legacy. You got the touch. You got the power. Then you know, Optimus dies.
I know. Thank you. Cole Hauser has tagged me all over Twitter and us with his Omega.
Yeah.
I see it, brother. I see it.
Man. Cole Hauser, big Transformers, big G.I. Joe fan. Michael Sallow with a 7 Canadian says, my Megatron is and always will be a Walther P38 pistol. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Crimson Cyborg with a $2 says, Jay, I got your bag, hat, and shirt arrived today.
Oh, awesome. I hope you enjoy it.
Carl Hauser with a 2 Canadian again says, my first was Prime and Megatron. Still have them. Nice. Gay Brazilian with a 14-month says, you got the touch, you got the power. Then Optimus Prime dies.
Yeah. I'm starting to feel it, man. Like,
thank you for bringing the energy down there, Dan.
God,
you
jerk.
Fucking asshole. It's always the case. Daniel with the $2 says, only rich kids got Optimus, the pricks I know.
Yeah.
I was in the £5 or less column, you know. Just like the film has, thank you. I thought so. I mean, could you tell the difference? I don't think so. The Hidden B23 with the $5 says, look, it's my 2 favorite YouTubers.
Hey, thank you.
Although, why you call me 2 people, I don't know. Rusty Shackleford with a $2 says, my name is now Arizona. It's fucking retard. He doesn't even try. It's just natural. I know. It's just natural. Daniel with the $10 says, I set up all my G1 Transformers and G.I. Joes in the backyard as if they were having a massive war. And then I shot at them with all my slingshot to simulate battle damage. Genius collector's move. Yes, sir. Hey, mine are in a terrible state of disrepute, the ones that got left, because they got played to death with. That's what they were there for.
That's a good sign. That's a good sign.
Sonny Hard R with a $2 says, Jay, are you doing anything special? And invite Az. Are you doing anything special and invite Az?
I would love to have Az hop over back on the podcast like he did before. That was probably one of the...
you had the opportunity at the beginning of this year and you didn't fucking contact me.
Yeah, I had an issue.
Yeah. Didn't seem to have an issue with other shows. Yeah, okay. Carl Anderson with a $2 says, love seeing Arizona and Jay stream together. Apparently so.
I apologize for that.
Apparently so. Hunter Silver has been a member for 14 months. Says, love getting to nerd out on Transformers with 2 of my favorite YouTubers. Hell, gentlemen. Hail, Hunter.
Thank you.
Luigi Scazzari with the €2 says, I agree with Jay. We need a butter dish Autobot.
You know anything about that theory?
I
probably don't want to know.
No.
Butter dishes, man. Do you have a butter dish, ass?
Enoch Mamona with a $5 says, I've been watching DS9 lately. The Bell riots are actually legit around the corner, aren't they? Yeah, I know. They happened like a couple of months ago in reality, didn't they? San Francisco's just, it looks better in DS9 than it does in current day. Beetle Johnson's been a member for 8 months. Beetle Johnson, thank you. Andy Masterson's been a member for 37. Andy, thank you, sir. Ronaldo A. Ramirez with a $10 says, as Jay, do you know if Netflix War for Cybertron series is good? I saw the first 2 seasons. Well, they had different names, but I started with that, and I thought they were okay.
I have not.
It was doing a thing.
I usually wait till like my favorite reviewers review these type of shows before I even waste time looking at it. Like I was looking at what was it, Tomb Raider, and Drinker dropped the review. I was like, oh, I'm good. So
I just saw the images, like, nah,
yeah, that's
I'm good. I'm good. And then a girlfriend walks in, like, I'm good. Kalioth with the $2 says G1 US ended in 1990 in the US, went until 1993 in Europe. Well, we only got some of it filtered across. There's loads of stuff there that we never got here in the UK. Loads of stuff. Even some of the basic, G1s from 84. There was we didn't get them here in the UK. 84, 85. Oh. Those were the days. Dark Hierophant with the $2 says, either of you have G1 Bugley, only released in the US?
I do not. Never had it.
Daniel Carroll's been a member for 10. Thank you, Daniel. And Dark Hierophant has been a member for 6. Number 6. Theodore Shirt with a 50 says, here's I would have handled the live action Transformers movie. Here's how I would have handled the Transformers live action movies. There would have only been 3 Bayformers movies, vault it up for 10 years. 2021 would have been the first live action Transformers movie. June 2024 is when the sequel would have come out. Travis Knight directs. There you go. Blame China. China were too busy fucking watching that crap. And that's the only reason why they kept getting more and more movies. If you look at like the domestic box office drops massively with the Transformers live action, but the international marketplace is huge because China just couldn't stop fucking watching it. Fuck off, China. Let it die.
Yeah.
Beetle Johnson with a $5 says Soundwave is my favorite because he's the only one that talked like a robot. Soundwave superior. And he also sounds like a
he's superior
cyclone
right now in the comics too. So
he's they're all the characters are great.
Yeah.
They're all written so well.
Yes. That's why I like those covers. Like they did the old G1 covers. You know, like that's why I bought those. You know, that just looks freaking sick, man. Oh,
it's a good cover.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. Anyway,
I was doing a stream a few months ago when I was recommending it. I think I read the first 3 or something. I was like, yeah, this is really good. And then one of the guys in the stream was actually an artist that did one of the variant covers for issue 1.
Really?
Yeah. And he just watches the real BBC just in general, and then we talked about that. It's just like I actually drew the Jetfire cover, and then I showed off the Jetfire cover, and it was not his one. It was another. I was like, I fucking love this, dude. He's like, no, mine's the other one. But the other one he did was good as.
They have so many variants right now because people keep buying.
Yeah, huh?
Imagine that.
Raven Black Sparrow with the $10 says, hail the new Arizona Silverback. It was my super chat that created your new home, your new name. Hail Jay. Also, see you next week. +5 to the hoose.
Oh, thank you.
Been in the book.
Oh yeah, I'll see you in SpaceCon.
SpaceCon. I always wanted you to go into SpaceCon
In the Texas.
Book. There we go. Thank you. Morgan Gaia with a $10 says, hey, Az and Jay, love you guys. Has either of you ever looked into the Dr. Wu Transformers figures? They're super tiny and look great on your work desk. Look them up on Show Z. I when it comes to Transformers, I am
G1.
The Transformers. Not any Transformers. I am the Transformers, the movie Transformers. But I'm sure they look cute. I'm sure they look cute. Albert Nada Retro with a 2 Canadian says the movie craps on the G1 lore from the cartoon.
Yes.
Well, they wanted to sell more toys. Sturgeon 510 with a $2 says, does AS stand for Arizona?
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry.
I'm fucking retard.
Yeah.
Gregory Leib with a $5 says, this is like Chris Farley show interviews on SNL. Remember when the machine robo combined? That was awesome. I love it. It's nice to have a reminisce, you know. Apollo 536 with a $1 super sticker. I'm just gonna speculate that it could be a hot dog. I had to lean over because I got Transformers in the way. Mad Haitian Ronin with a $5 says, oh, you leave those cats alone. All right? You fucking leave them alone, mate. If you're looking for a cool police game, pick up the game demo of The Precinct. Okay. I'll look into it. Might be a bit of fun. We'll see. Lady Fossilot with a $5 says, for the Skybound run, what do either of you think on the human sacrifice in the Matrix of leadership and its story implications moving forward? Yeah, it was a bit odd. Because I was just thinking, how does that power the Matrix? How does just a human walking in power the Matrix? Is it got something to do with the soul? I mean, you know, there has to be some more ramification other than it's just organic matter, because that doesn't seem to be what would work. So it kind of, are you hinting that, you know, humans do in your universe, humans do have souls, and it was the soul which essentially gave it the spark? So yeah, I mean, I would like to kind of see how that one's paid off. If they're going to pay it off,
they're going to connect Earth with Cybertron again.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's been so many iterations and shit. I mean, there was one where either Earth was created by Primus or Earth was Primus. So yeah. There's been all kinds of stuff like that. Dent Masterson with the $5 says, what do you think of the animated series they put out, Combiner Wars and Siege? I never watched Combiner Wars. I watched the first couple of seasons of Siege, and it was okay. It was okay. Not spectacular, but not terrible. It kind of fit in the okay. The okay. Jason D with a membership for 5 says, could you ever do an EFAP style battle bracket with the G1s? Maybe a weight class. Ooh. Maybe, Jason. Maybe. Essentially, you're pitting Transformers against each other, and you got to discuss who wins the fight and why. And then they move on to the next round, and you sort of end up. Maybe. Godzilla's Greaser with a $5 says, I finally got to see Peter Cullen at Fan Expo this year. I told him that he was irreplaceable as Optimus, and he told me to tell that to Paramount. Fuck yeah. Good boy. Albert Nada Retro with a 5 Canadian says, Optimus Prime reminded me of John Wayne, and Ironhide was Chill Wills and sounded just like him too. Some of those Autobots in G1 had just like the greatest like Texan accents and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They really like went into some slang too, like heavy.
Yeah, they were just like blue collar workers. You know, it's just like middle American blue collar workers, the working man type of Transformers. Eva01 with a $5 says, hey, Az and Jay, love this stream, and G1 is forever the GOAT. Yes. God bless you guys, and till all are one. Amen.
Thank you.
Matt Guy with a £2 says just got Transformers X Knight Rider Agent Knight T crossover.
Oh,
I
yes.
do have that on pre-order. I do have that on pre-order. I think I've ordered that from is it TF Source? I think I've ordered that from TF Source. So yeah, when that thing, I'm looking forward to that one. And that's one that I could not pass up on. Yeah, I could not pass up on that. Clyde Dashing with a $2 says Huffer, poor man's prime. Ah, Huffer gets fucked in the Skybound. He's put his force field up, and it just smash through the force field and literally tear him and Cup apart. Le Chevalier de Lys with a 5 Canadian says, as Jay, Blue Streak or Prowler, Ratchet or Wheeljack, may you guys light our darkest hour. Blue Streak? Yeah. Yes. Ratchet or Wheeljack? Oh, man.
I like Wheeljack a little bit more.
Wheeljack's cool. I like I love them both.
Yeah,
that is such
Wheeljack
a tough one.
talked with his ears, right? It was like the
he had these flashing things.
He had the flashing ears,
and he was like smart. And he would. I mean, isn't it Wheeljack that created? It's meant to be Prowl, not Prowler, but yeah, let's put Prowler. No, I would go Prowl. I'd go Prowl Wheeljack.
Yeah, I agree with that. Blue Streak and Prowl, man.
I like Blue Streak.
I can flip a coin on that, and either one I'd be happy with wherever it landed.
But Ratchet Wheeljack created the Dinobots in the cartoon.
Yeah, he also create the Transformer for the humans, like the little suits. Wasn't that him?
Well, Wheeljack was the tech guy. That's why I was so surprised that he got fucking killed in the movie. So it's like no.
Ratchet
Wheeljack!
was like the doctor, and Wheeljack was like the inventor doctor.
Yeah.
Like they both could both be doctors, but
And then Grapple was kind of like an architect in a way. Another sort of inventor / architect. Yeah. But Wheeljack was great. It's man, so many. So good. Night Demon with a $5 says, "As are you going to play the new Dragon Age? Fuck yeah, day one top scars for the win." David Fredrickson with a membership for 22. Thank you, David. Morgan Gaia with a $5 says, "The Doctor Wu figures are G1. They are third parties like fans' toys." Okay, I get you. But believe you me, I don't want tiny figures on this. But I will check them out, Morgan. I'll check them out. Check them out. And Chris Haritos with a $10 says, "I am sorry if this has been brought up before, but have you read the Void Rivals by Image Comics? If you have, was Skybound now. But yeah, it's part of Image. If you have, what's your opinion on the Energon universe?" I have like the first 6 issues. I haven't read them yet. But I've got like the first 6 issues of Void Rivals. I've just been totally engrossed with the Transformers comic. That's all. So I've been told that Void Rivals, people are saying, yeah, that's really good as well. So I will eventually get around to doing it. But yeah, I think I've got the first 6 issues that I need to delve into to see what's up. I gotta say, the covers weren't really inspiring me to get stuck in. I found the covers to be exceedingly, I don't know, never judge a book by its cover. But when it's a comic, it's a very good selling point. So
yes.
Yeah. Right. Are we caught up? We've got one more. Gorbs with a £5 says, "My favorite was always Thundercracker with the Combaticons in second. Alas, I was never able to get him when I was a kid." I think we've all got, I was never able to get him.
Yeah, that's famous words from everyone that loves these toys.
Yeah. Never had him. Never had them, Yeah. Right. Jay, is there anything that you'd like to plug before we head off into the... Oh, wait. Whoa. Shut up, Jay. Legalize out of hood. Gifting 20 memberships to the stream. And dude, you did 20 on Tuesday, for goodness sake.
That's amazing.
He's so fucking naughty. He's so naughty. Old Renaissance Boomer with a $5 says, A, get ready for some Arizona jokes / memes. Beardo muffed a daily super, read as and J as Arizona and J.
I wasn't saying his name. Didn't want to say his name.
Look, how much more proof do you need that he's retarded? Just like full on. Like Fear the Tardo's like less retarded.
Pretty bad, man.
That's pretty retarded.
It's pretty bad.
Hashtag Hell the Silverback from the 199. Mangalots. The way she goes has been a member for 9 months. Jay! they're not letting me stop.
That's all right. Keep them coming, baby. I love it. Keep them coming. I really don't have much to plug, so.
Okay. Retro, the 5 Canadian says, Ratchet and Wheeljack co-created the Dinobots. Wheeljack was more interesting because he made mistakes a lot. The G1 episode where the aerial bots time travel. But that's kind of like the aerial bots were, when they first started, they were a little bit assholey.
Yeah.
Why should we fight for you?
Yeah,
why should we? Why should we?
We're happy where we are.
The Decepticons could be nice. You know, why should we be forced into fighting with them? Then they go back and go, fuck, these guys are horrible.
Exactly.
We're gonna come back and we're gonna murder death kill some Decepticons now.
It's crazy that I love the fact, like, they did this with G.I. Joe as well. Like, they tried to give everybody their own personality, their own voice, the way they handle things, it's cool, their own identity. You know, talk about diversity, okay?
I know.
This is back in the 80s, man. Come on.
Time Traveler first. I know. It's fun. It's fun. It was fun. Le Chevalier de Lys for the 2 Canadians says, favorite combiner, mine's the original Devastator.
You can't go wrong with that. Ultra Magnus is not Ultra Omega Supreme. Does that count?
No,
maybe
it's not a combiner.
Yeah. Probably
he's a Titan. He's a Titan. A Guardian Titan. My heart, it's Bruticus because I had the toy, right? In my heart. But Devastator is the ultimate combiner. Full stop. There's not a discussion to be had here. Okay.
When they first were on I think the cartoon came out first, and we saw them transform into Devastator. And then when they announced the toy, you're like, what?
6?
Yeah, I know. And then you go to the store and it's like, okay, here's the deal. If you got the money, you can buy the whole pack and get them all in one time. But if you're on the poor side, you can buy one at a time. It'll still work. But,
well, we never got the packs in the UK either. We never got the big all-togethers. No, they just came individually.
So then it was like, so my brother got Devastator, but it was a challenge because, you know, he had to get it one piece at a time. So he was like, Mom, this is the one I need the dump truck, okay? Not the cement guy. Like, you're going to see a bunch there, okay?
I like that!
It's like,
it
Mom.
made the leg look cool. The leg looked so cool. With the mixer on it, you know?
Yeah. It's like, you got to get that one. Don't come back with, like, I don't need 2 of this one, okay? And my mom, like, I don't know what.
I'd be like, bring back the one with the most guns. Bring that back.
So it was good stuff.
Steve Natko with a $5 says, as Rescalebound Duke and Cobra Commander, they're really good. And spoiler, you might get to see Megatron in Cobra Commander. This stream was fun. I do have Cobra Commander #1. I don't have Duke #1. Apparently that was good. And I have Destro #1 on order.
I've read the Cobra Commander series. Holy crap. these people know what they're doing with these characters. That's all I have to say. It's like, hey, can we borrow these characters from you guys? We know how to make a good story that people will like. And I love the fact that it's going to have a beginning and an end, you know? So it's like, we're going to tell a story and then we're going to be done. We're not going to try to drag something on for like 700 comics, you know? So the Cobra Commander series is top. I think you can buy the volume 1 on Amazon, so you get them all in like one book.
Yeah.
So like that's can't recommend them more. Duke is fantastic. Yes, they're absolutely correct. Duke is fantastic. So I have not seen Destro yet.
Actually, I might have the first 4 Cobra Commanders. Actually, I might
yeah, Megatron's all like, you know,
fucked up.
Yeah.
He's been through, he's been through some shit.
Yeah, they've all seen some stuff we don't want to know.
Yeah, it's particularly Ultra Magnus. Fuck, I know. Albert Nano Retro, the 2 Canadian, says that Prime's true origin and when he meets Megatron. Yes. Orion Pax. When he meets Megatron and Megatron kills him.
Yeah.
Calioth with the $5 says, if you ever wanted the cartoon episode Golden, if you ever wanted or watched, maybe, or if you want, if you ever wanted the cartoon episode Golden Lagoon Soundwave, Linkin Park Soundwave was true to G1, as were the cassettes with him.
Really?
Link Park. Yeah, this didn't.
I keep looking up every time people say something.
Yeah, like, they did a run of gold G1s, didn't they? I don't think to mesh with the episode, but they did some gold G1s as a commemorative, didn't they?
Yeah,
I was reading that as Linkin Park. You word association. You like look up, you see Linkin Park Soundwave. Wait, what? Linkin Park? What are they singing about Soundwave for? Sketch 174 to $5 says, Jay and Az, where can I buy this new Transformers comic that you guys keep talking about? At your local comic book store.
Yeah.
Or you can start to get the trade paper at the moment. They are available, collecting the first 5 issues. Or eBay, Electronic Bay as well. But that's where you can get them from. Right, now we're all caught up. Jay, do you have anything that you would like to plug before we go?
My second installment of Achromatic Chronicles drops next week with the Rip Ascend. It should be cool. It should have been dropped sooner, but Eric July has he did something very special for me, which I didn't know he was doing with a little cartoon teaser. So that took a little extra time. That's awesome from him. And Rip Ascend has been nothing but a dream for me. So I'm excited to see like that thing hit the market next week. So
no, I mean, I've said it with Eric. I'm in chat. I'm in discussion with the Rip Ascend to bring Heel versus Bayface merch to Rip Ascend, and Rip and a Silverback merch as well. Just
why
saying.
not? Yeah, we're gonna have merch. We're gonna have like graded like everything. It's amazing what they've done compared to like the first run that I did. You know, I was trying to figure it out like with printing and everything. I made tons of mistakes, but man, have they made it like super easy. So and like cheaper. So it's incredible. So very pleased. Very pleased.
Josh Knight sliding in a $5 says, God bless you guys. Thanks. Firm handshakes to you, Josh. Callie Arthur with a $2 says, Linkin Park Soundwave was right. Special release.
Yeah, it's called Linkin Park.
It is.
Yeah, let me show you. I have it right here.
Yeah, sure.
Here we go. Linkin Park Soundwave.
It is Linkin Park.
When you were saying that, I was like, maybe they've made a mistake. Like, I don't know.
I just did it because of association, word association. You just see and then you say what you see.
That's hilarious.
Or you say what you associate.
Yes.
And then Bakunawa has been a member for 17. This is last minute. Ayo! Right, thank you. Everyone who came to watch today, Sunday Fun Day and afternoon tea with us this Sunday. Don't forget.
Thank you so much
stuff.
for the invite, brother. Thank you.
I get the review tomorrow, probably. Don't worry. Thank you, Jay, for nerding out with me,
I love it.
geeking out about some Transformers. Guy, I love the talk.
Everyone, if you want to do it again, like we do rankings or something like that, I would be so down.
I think need a panel for that though. You need a panel.
Yeah.
Need a Transformers panel for that.
You know, like we do like S tier and C
look.
tier.
Do some fun, we can pit them against each other, do the
Yes.
Autobots, do the Decepticons, then put them against each other for the next round.
I love it. We
You
have
could do
to like
some of that.
we got to get people that understand like Hound. He has a special ability, He could.
Well, this is it. Yeah, they'll be going through, well, what are their special abilities? Well, this can do this and this can do that.
So awesome.
Jamie Moore's take one with the $5 says, I used to be gay, but as scared me straight.
Good man. Good man.
Massive thank you to everyone who came to watch today. Mods, thank you very much indeed for giving it your free time. Everybody who super chatted, membered, remembered, gifted memberships, thank you so much indeed for supporting the channel. Like 1,300 people watched today, so massive thank you for that. We'll be back with some more stuff very soon. Until then, you take care. Wait! Zencat sliding it. Look, it could have all gone, Zencat, but you slid in with a $5. Didn't have a heel versus Babyface and Drunk 3PO matchup on my bingo card. Great show, guys. Thank you, Zencat. Thank you. Until then, you take care. Goodbye, Baloo.